$45 room rates, and they last all week long. There's tons of things to do in Vegas, from trains to casinos to restaurants to shows, all kinds of things. You know, Vegas is a city that never sleeps. And at the Cauliflower Alley Club, we do that twice over. So with that said, you know, I see Steve Kern. Steve, could you come up for a minute? See, I'm trying to get Steve to come up because somebody spilled a glass of water on his pants. So I won't get him up. And
that's what he said.
That, what? Ricky Santana was just, were you just telling me how you watch Steve Kern on black and white TV? Anyway, I'd like to bring up Ron Niemi, Jason Sequin, and Fidel Sierra. Please.
Not too much. All right. So for all you people out there that don't know who I am, my name is Jason Sequin. I started wrestling in October of '91 at the world famous Sportatorium. And if any of you guys have ever been to that building, I say amen to you, because that is a place I started going to when I was about 6.5, 7 years old. I would skip school on Wednesday mornings and run down Albany Avenue and not even get to go in the building, but just stand outside and watch the wrestlers walk in. So we fast forward 18 years, and as of October of '91, I'm standing in the ring, and this gentleman walks in. God, he was just huge to me because I was 5'9" and 182 pounds. And the gentleman walks in, he's about 6'3", 280. And I'm thinking to myself, God, I gotta wrestle guys like that. I'm thinking, oh man, I don't know what I got myself into. But anyways, it was Leroy Howard. And I think him and myself, along with Bill Payne and Butch Long, who are in attendance today, I hear you. Class of '91 right there. Excuse my language, but I think we commenced to beating the shit out of each other for, I was only there for 6 weeks, but I know they did it for much longer than I did. But I know we did it for at least 6 weeks while I was there, and we kind of formed a bond that I think everybody that's ever wrestled, ever, all the wrestlers that are in this building know what I'm talking about, a bond. I played 17 years of football, and I don't think I've ever bonded with the people like I did in the wrestling industry. Whether it's love, hate, envy, whatever it is, it's still something that you admire for the rest of your life. So with that being said, when you get into the wrestling business, I know everybody when they first started, it's, man, I can't wait to make it, I can't wait to make it, I can't wait to make it, I can't wait to make it. And there's a lot of guys that don't make it. There's a lot of guys that don't get contracts. A lot of guys that travel the world and they do gunshot or independent shows and they don't think they've made it. But I'm here to tell you, 2-3 years after you got into business and you're working kind of regular, I'm here to tell you, you made it. You made it. You made it. So don't ever let anybody tell you that you haven't made it yet. I always tell people this. The only difference between me and Shawn Michaels was our checking account. His was just a little bit bigger than mine. So what I'm trying to say is this. Leroy, you made it. You made it. You made it. You made it. Just because you didn't sign a contract with WWF or WCW or ECW back in the day, I know deep down in my heart that what you were meant to do is take care of those kids over in St. Pete. God takes the good ones early, honey. I hate to tell you that. He takes them early. So I'm probably going to be here till about 94. But I just want everybody to know this, and I said this at the wake, unfortunately. And that's why I love whenever I can get off on a Friday every 4th month to come to this right here. Because you don't know. You don't know. If you're just getting into this business, 2-3 years in this business, and you don't walk up and shake Buddy Colt's hand, Rocky Maivia's hand, Ricky Santana, Ming, Cuban Assassin, if you don't walk up and shake their hands and introduce yourself, you're missing out. Because that's what this business is about. It's about the fraternity of wrestlers. Not whether or not you made it or not. Not whether or not you made $1 million or $4, 12, or $15 million. It's about being in the wrestling business. So for all you young people out there, it's about being in the business. It's about honoring all the people that came before us. Rocky, Buddy, Cuban, Ming, Ricky, Steve Kern. God, I can go on and go on and go on. But I have to say this, but also remember the ones that are no longer here with us. I was going to say a list of at least 30 people that I know at least in the last 25 years, but I'm not. All I ask is that when we come to these meetings from now on, is that we take a toast. Everybody grab their glass. Everybody grab a beer or a glass or water or Coke or tea, and they hold it up high. If I can get a beer over there. That's my beer. That's why I left it there. We can just hold the beer up high, and we can just toast the ones that aren't with us anymore. Leroy Howard and all the other ones that aren't with us. Amen and God bless. Without further ado, Ron Niemi, please, if you come up to the front. And I don't even drink Bud Light. I drink Miller Light. Ron Niemi, folks.
Like Buck, I came up in the business with Navy SEAL and his peers like Bill and Butch. I wasn't a wrestler. I was a manager and a promoter. I'm not sure I was really good at either, but having guys like this in my corner made it a lot easier. And no matter where I was promoting, it didn't matter if it was in Plant City, where I was lucky enough to bring in Hayabusa from Japan and immediately programmed him with Navy SEAL because I knew the fans were to get something that they had never seen in Florida. Or if it was programmed against this man right next to me. Navy SEAL was somebody that whether the company was up or down, or if we sent him to Puerto Rico or Germany or anywhere he went in the world, Navy SEAL was the type that not only did he leave a lasting impression, but he was a man that some of us, I think a lot of us got into the business for the wrong reason and lived, kind of the rock star lifestyle. And a guy like Leroy was always there to pick you up, dust you off, maybe teach you a lesson or two. And I don't think I really listened to any of the lessons he tried to teach, but man, he tried. And he had a lot of students along the way that listened to him, and he brought people up the right way, and he put in them values and integrity that you just didn't see at that time in professional wrestling. But I wanted to present this belt to Leroy's wife because IPW Hardcore Wrestling was a real important part and a chapter in a lot of our lives. And Navy SEAL, whether he was holding the belt or chasing the belt, was somebody that people bought tickets to come and see Every time he was in the ring, the boys were either peeking through the curtain or finding a way to see what was going on in the ring, because with Leroy, quite frankly, you didn't know what was going to happen, but it was going to be good. And it didn't matter what role he was in, whether it was babyface, heel, tweener. People cheered for this guy because they loved him and they could relate to him. And what he did for the community of South St. Pete and the kids that have been coming up in that area for over 20 years is more than commendable. And the loss of Navy SEAL is something. It's something that's going to affect the wrestling community for a long time to come. But Leroy always taught us to celebrate instead of, being sad or hanging your head in the face of adversity. And that's what I'm glad everybody's here to do today. And I really, really appreciate everybody here to respect Danny, Eddie, and Navy SEAL. And thank you for your time. And Tamara, if you could come up here, I'd like to give you this belt. And hopefully, really quick, a lot of you guys have been around this for a long, long time, and I'm sure you can relate to what I'm saying. The families of wrestlers, a lot of the time when that wrestler passes away or moves on, the families like to ignore that wrestling part of their life, and I can't begin to tell you how much Leroy's family, and especially his wife, has embraced the wrestling community. We're so lucky to be a small part of your life, and I appreciate you more than words can describe. Thank you.
Thank you, Ron. That was very, very nice of you. Very, very nice. Tamara, if you'd say, Jason, those are wonderful words. Thank you so, so much. Words from the heart. And Mr. Cuban, you can? Okay. Tamara, I knew your husband, and he was a wonderful man. Highly respected. And to be respected in this business is what we all strive for. When you go into a locker room and you know that your peers respect you, that they trust you, that they'll enjoy having conversation with you, that they can go to the ring without worrying about their wallet, that they know that somebody's got their back, that's the kind of person that your husband was. And we all love him. It's obvious by the people that are here. We thank you so very, very much for being his significant other, and we have a special plaque, and he is on our Legends Lunch trophy, and will remain there as long as the wood doesn't rot. So he'll be there forever. So, it says Legends Lunch honoree presented to Leroy Howard, Navy SEAL. Leroy, we're going to actually give this to Tamara, for your outstanding support of the wrestling industry, November 30th, 2018. Tamara, I know it's a little difficult right now, but if you feel like saying anything, please do so.
Thank you so much. I met Leroy when he was exiting his wrestling career. I got to see him wrestle a few times, and I was a wrestling fan when I was like 12, 13, 14, so he sort of reintroduced me to wrestling, and I loved to watch him wrestle. It amazed me how he was such a big guy and how he could get on that top rope and do all those flips. And I wish he was here, of course, but he was so proud to be a wrestler and to be a part of this community, and it's been wonderful the way that the wrestling community has embraced us as he has, and I know that he's looking down on us right now, and I just thank you so much for this honor. Thank you.
Wow, I'm proud of each and every one of you. Standing ovation for Leroy and for Tamara. Tamara, you're a blessed woman, and we're all here for you. If you ever need anything, call anybody. We'll all get together and we'll see what we can do for you. Promise. Okay? Thanks again for being here. Okay, we'll take another 5-minute break before our next honoree.